Yo, what's up YouTube? It's the Frenzy back with another Minecraft tutorial. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's Wonderful back with another buried world record video. This time I got to round 196, beating my own world record by one round. I'm pretty disappointed I didn't end up getting 200 this game because I really wanted it, but apparently the game had other ideas. But yeah, it sucks coming so close twice and losing the game to the curse of the 190s error. So basically the story of why I started this game was that my buddy Chaz had a theory that if you didn't go through the witch's house at all during the game, then it would either prolong or prevent the error from happening. At least until 200, which is what we both really wanted. So I played this game and he played his game too without even opening up the witch's house or going through it at all to try to prevent the error that way. Which the downsides of that obviously is that you can't get anything on the other side of the witch's house, which includes Pack-a-Punch, Double Tap, Stamina Up, and extra revives, or free perks from the witches, but mostly extra revives. But actually it didn't, I thought it would be a lot harder in that way. It actually didn't end up making that much of a difference, because really the biggest difference is that, first of all, you don't have as many chances to go down, because I feel like some people think of Buried as like a throwaway downs map, because you can get quick revive back pretty often from the witches if you do go down. But if you play it this way, it's definitely, your downs are gonna matter, because after the third one you can't get quick revive back. But other than that, the only major difference is that the Paralyzer heats up a lot faster than the Petrifier. So when Chaz started his game up with this theory, I thought, oh, you know, that's a really good idea, that it might actually work. So, and then I thought, oh shit, Chaz is gonna take my record, I need to go defend it. So that's basically what I started doing. I started up a game like 2 days after him, I think, something like that. And we ended up planning to try to get to round 200 at the same time, so we could say we had the joint first 200. But Chaz was leaving for a vacation on like a week after he started the game or something like that, or a week after I started mine at least. I'm actually gonna be pretty busy all this weekend, so I would have had to end my game anyway a day or two after his. So we both had to play our games pretty fast to try to get 200. But the curse of the 190s, which I guess used to be the curse of the 180s, caught up to us because Chaz ended up dying on 192 and I ended up erroring on 196. So yeah, the 200 is still the most elusive 200 in zombies, in my opinion. As of now, still no 200 yet, but I do still think it's possible. Like, I came so close. So I think if I do attempt this again, then I'm going to just not paralyze them at all past like 185 or 190, because after that the game just becomes too unstable and gets ready to crash, basically. So now I'll go into some stats about this game. So this game took 48 hours, 48 and a half hours about, and it was a little more than 2 hours faster than my 195, and that's mostly thanks to Crafted Sam helping me out with doing some faster turbine trades at past like 130. I could have been an hour or two faster than this game was if I had started doing this faster turbine trades earlier, but I just stuck with my normal strategy until about 1:30 when I started doing a new one. Which actually saved a lot more time than I thought it would, so that was cool. And I think this game was about 5 or 6 hours faster than my 187 by the end. Because this game was only an hour longer than that game, but 9 rounds higher, so it's a pretty big improvement from my first buried world record that I got. So I had 2 downs during this game. One was on 154, and I'll walk you through basically why I downed there. So, occasionally when you fly up to get a new res, very rarely, but sometimes there's gonna be 2 or 3 zombies sitting up there that have just spawned out of the window. And I flew up to get another resonator, they were up there, and they start hitting me a ton, and I'm like, oh crap, I need to get out of here. So I try to pull out my resonator as I run off the edge, but I can't do it, and I finally pull it out when I get down, but a zombie ends up dropping off the edge because he gets pushed by the other zombies if they get too close to the edge. He basically gets pushed off into the alley, and he falls down right behind my resonator. And there's literally no way I could have, after that, there's no way I could have avoided that down, I think, because even if I had thrown a monkey, they take approximately 16 billion years to hit the ground after you chuck them out of the alley, so it's basically an unavoidable stupid buried down. So yeah, but I am pretty happy that I got 150 flawless, because that had been a goal of mine for quite a while, so I am happy about that. And my second down was totally my fault. It was basically just me being stupid at the end of the game. So my second down was on 195, and it was actually almost at the end of the round. It was like 10 minutes from the end of the round. And I ended up miscounting my resonators. My turbines shut off. So normally what I would do in that scenario is I would, since I'm standing to the far right of the corridor, to make room in case this happens, so I have room to run and fly up to the resonator room to get away. Except there's a guy standing up there. So I basically completely panic, and for some reason I decided it's a good idea to drop back down into the zombies. Yeah, I don't really know what I was thinking there. So yeah, I end up getting slapped up and down. What I should have probably done is just jump across to the jailhouse, because there, as far as I know, there were no zombies over there at the time, and they would have broken my turbine by the time I went around and back to the courthouse. But yeah, I end up taking it down, and I have to throw my last monkey to get my jug back. And speaking of monkeys, I think the most impressive thing about this game, in my opinion, is that I technically had no trades at all. So I only threw 3 monkeys during this game in the whole entire thing. Which I think is pretty impressive, personally. I think I threw 1 monkey on 80 because I was being dumb, and then 1 after each of my downs. And I ended up trading out on the end of 195, but it didn't matter because I errored like 10 minutes later. So yeah, it's kind of a waste of time, but if I had gone farther, I would have needed those monkeys. And I ended up getting technically the joint flawless world record with Chaz during this game of 154, so that's pretty cool too. So I guess since I still erred at the end of the game, this theory of not going through the witch's house was actually not that helpful, because I mean, for one thing, it puts you at a disadvantage, and it doesn't actually end up preventing the error or even prolonging it by that much, because I feel like I was definitely doing a lot less paralyzing than I was in the 195, and I still erred like 40 minutes later, so it didn't make that much of a difference. So you guys are probably wondering if I'm going to try this again. And I don't really know, to be honest, because, well, this game was literally hell to play, because this strat is just so boring if you have to do it for long, and I played like 8 to 10 hour days every day because I was trying to catch up to Chaz, who's a ZR fast player. So that was terrible because the strat is so boring to play for 8 to 10 hours straight. And I was literally avoiding playing this game. So I think if I did try again, it would be a lot more long-term of a game, like 5 hours a day or something like that, like I normally do. I'm thinking of trying to get into some first rooms in the future, doing some of that, because that improves your, I feel like that improves your skill and movement abilities in the game, which would obviously be helpful for, not particularly helpful for Buried, but for other future maps that I might play. So that's gonna be the most likely thing that I'm gonna play the soonest, but as for the long term, I don't really know. But yeah, I am happy that I managed to beat my PB / highest round ever / world record. Actually 2 world records in one game, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I didn't really feel like making a montage this time because I wanted to explain a little more about the game and stuff like that. So hopefully the next game, probably the next game that I play will be a montage with some lead music or something, so look forward to that. But anyway, thank you for watching the video, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next whatever I'm doing. So yeah, catch you guys later.